Work that allows us to serve others, to contribute to something greater than ourselves. That's the kind of work that feeds the soul. And the beautiful thing is, this isn't limited to any one profession. You don't have to be a doctor, a teacher, or a humanitarian to find purpose in what you do. Whether you're raising a family, running a small business, caring for your community, or working behind the scenes in a company, you can find meaning in the effort, in the service, in the day-to-day impact you have on others. Here's a reflection for you. Think about your own work. What part of it gives you that sense of purpose? What small action in your daily tasks makes you feel that you're building, serving, or creating something worthwhile? Sometimes all it takes is shifting our focus to rediscover meaning in what we already do. Now let's address the elephant in the room: money. We live in a society that often tells us more is better, more income, more possessions, more status. But does that really translate into more happiness? Jung didn't think so, and modern research echoes this wisdom. Older studies suggested that happiness plateaus at a certain income level, just enough to cover basic needs comfortably. More recent studies have found that well-being can keep rising at higher income levels, but only when that wealth is used purposefully. Because here's the real secret: money can't buy happiness, but it can buy opportunities to create meaningful experiences. It can give you the freedom to spend time with loved ones, to pursue passions, to support causes you believe in. It's not about having more for the sake of more. It's about using what you have to enrich your life and the lives of others. Let me share a quick personal story. I once met a man who had built significant wealth through hard work, but what struck me most wasn't his success. It was how he used that success. Every year he would take his extended family, children, siblings, even old friends on a trip together, not to show off, but to create memories, to invest in connection. That, to me, is what purposeful wealth looks like. So here's a challenge for you today. How are you using your work and your resources to build a life of meaning? It's not about how much you earn. It's about what you do with it. Are you creating time for relationships, supporting work or causes that align with your values? Investing in experiences that make you and those you love feel truly alive. Jung's wisdom reminds us the good life isn't about chasing endless wealth or career glory. It's about finding satisfaction in effort, in service, and in using what we have to create deeper purpose and joy. When we shift our view of success from what we have to what we build and give, everything changes. So as we come to the end of this exploration together, I want to leave you with one powerful idea. Happiness is not a destination. It's not something we reach, claim, and hold on to forever. Carl Jung and so many other great thinkers remind us that happiness is a journey of lifelong progress. It's not about chasing a perfect, flawless life. It's about growing a little wiser, a little stronger, a little more at peace each day. And how do we move forward on that journey? First, we focus on what really matters. Instead of trying to control everything, we pay attention to the core areas of life that either bring us strength or create suffering if left unchecked. Think about your health, both physical and mental. Without it, even the brightest moments can feel dim. Think about your work and your income, not because money buys happiness, but because it gives you stability and the chance to create a life of purpose. And here's a truth we often forget. Happiness at work doesn't come from the size of your paycheck. It comes from doing something that feels meaningful. It comes from seeing that your effort matters, that you're building something, serving someone, contributing in a way that aligns with who you are. And the beautiful thing is that kind of meaning can be found in almost any job when we choose to see it. Then look at your relationships. If there's one thing that all the research agrees on, from Jung's time to today, it's that love is at the heart of a good life. Investing in your family, your marriage, your friendships. This is where true happiness grows. not in isolation, not in status, but in connection. The people we stand beside laugh with support, and are supported by these are our real treasures. Now let's talk about money. We all need it. But beyond meeting our basic needs, the real joy in having money comes from what we do with it. Are we using it to build deeper connections, to create meaningful experiences, to give back to something bigger than ourselves? The most satisfying wealth is the kind that helps us invest in what truly matters. And don't forget the soul's nourishment. When was the last time you stepped outside to simply breathe in nature's beauty, or let yourself get lost in art, in music, in something that stirs your spirit? These moments don't just decorate life. They heal us, inspire us, and help us remember who we are at our core. Finally, perhaps the most profound pillar of all, find a path that helps you see the bigger picture. Life will bring both joy and suffering. The key is to place it all within a larger context, to understand that your story, with all its ups and downs, fits into something greater. Whether it's through faith philosophy or a personal sense of purpose, what matters is that you see your journey as meaningful. So let me leave you with this reflection. What small step can you take today to move toward that good life? Maybe it's reaching out to a loved one or taking 5 minutes to breathe in fresh air. Maybe it's finding meaning in a task you've been rushing through. Maybe it's simply pausing to remind yourself that progress, not perfection, is the real goal. Carl Jung's wisdom still echoes because it speaks to the core of what makes life worth living. It's not about escaping hardship or chasing an illusion of constant bliss. It's about walking the path with courage, with purpose, and with an open heart, embracing both the light and the shadows along the way. If this message speaks to you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Let's keep exploring together, learning, growing, and building lives that are not just good, but deeply meaningful and fulfilling.